Who was the bad boy of Big Time Rush? Let's get it. Who was the bad boy? It's not good.
Big time bad.
So the whole episode we talk about has to be the Kendall episode. So let's actually watch it, bro.
Boy aired in January of 2010, over 15 years ago. And that actually gives me a little bit of an existential...
January 15 years ago? Wow. 15 years ago?
crisis, because I don't think of Big Time Rush as being that old of a show.
No.
In this episode, the big suits in charge of the band
what was that
old
about?
of a show. In this episode,
What was that stuff like?
The big suits in charge of the band decide they need a bad boy to improve their image. And fun fact, this is actually Kendall's favorite episode because despite how he acts like a bad boy, he has stated that in real life, he's not even close to a bad boy. Wow, acting. I mean, you gotta respect it. And it's a really funny trope that there's gotta be a designated bad boy in the boy band, which is something that definitely happens in real life. For the Backstreet Boys, it was AJ McLean. In One Direction, it was Zayn.
What?
In BTS, it's, well, none of them, I don't think. But in Big Time Rush, they're just a bunch of good old-fashioned hockey boys from Minnesota. How are they supposed to act like they're bad boys with, you know, tattoos and all? Oh, shit.
Oh, this nigga runs max fucking match, I forgot. I thought I fixed this shit. We'll fix it next time, bro. Because definitely, bro, what? Yeah, so this episode, they always do the tropes of, like, everything. Like, let's have 3 albums and they break up. Okay, big bad boy. Okay, this big bad boy. So they always do, they're good on talking about this thing while being, like, while doing it in real time, which is crazy. And writing a show about it. It's just tough.
Alright, I see you. So since this episode released all the way back when Instagram was first launched, I figured it was time for a rewatch to see who ends up being the bad boy of the group, and if I will find any of them deeply attractive.
What was that?
Okay, Kendall. Alright, I see you. So since this episode released all the way back when Instagram was first launched, I figured it was time for a rewatch to see who ends up being the bad boy of the group, and if I will find any of them deeply attractive in their bad boy outfits. If you like this one, please make sure to give us a fat juicy like and maybe even subscribe. And as always, if you have any other episodes or shows you want me to cover, let me know down in the comments. Alright, let's dive in. We start with the boys rehearsing a new song, The City Is Ours, banger, and Gustavo is not looking impressed for some reason. And don't act like you know music if you don't put some respect on Gustavo's name. Gustavo tells them he's sick of their squeaky clean PG rating.
I love how he was with them. He was at Mafia Thon with them. Kai Cenat. He also was at the concert with them, so I love that shit. He be going on tour with them. Real life, that's hard.
And the band needs some edge and needs a bad boy. He tells them all the best boy bands have a bad boy, and that if they don't start getting some DUIs or getting arrested, maybe a stint in rehab, they're not gonna be famous. Also, I just boy blast. None of the boys want to be the bad boy because they're all best friends until Gustavo explains the bad boy is the most popular member of the band, gets the most bitches, and gets paid the most. Then they all volunteer, except Kendall, who can't be swayed. I respect it. Cut to Katie at the Palmwoods, and looks like she's swindling some unsuspecting victims for cash in what looks to be an illegal gambling ring. I don't think minors can gamble. And honestly, the character of Katie would get along great with the gambling ring. I don't think minors can gamble. And honestly,
what? 4 queens?
Honestly, the character of Katie would get along great with Frank from It's Always Sunny. That shit would be funny. Her mom pulls up and says, you need to start acting like a normal little girl, and tells her to try hanging out with other normal little girls. And really, this is the normal little girl mom wants her to hang out with? It's one of the most creepy, unsettling looking, scary little girls I've ever seen. Katie wants no part of that broad, and the mom tells her not to judge people before getting to know them. Just then, they see a guy with an axe licking what appears to be some blood off of it. And fun fact, this is actually Janitor Gordy from Ned's Declassified.
Classic, bro. I love him in this shit.
Also, Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parent.
And he did voice the character one time for one episode.
The mom goes full Karen mode and runs away frantically and calls the cops, even though it was just the groundskeeper and the blood was just
Why was that the best way to cut a jelly donut? Is that what
jelly
it was?
from him using an axe to cut his jelly donut. Classic. Katie decides to punish her mom for being a bootlicker and for having her finger on speed dial to call 911. So she tells mom the axe killer is still on the loose, even though the cops already showed up and told Katie there was no killer on the loose.
That's why I saw a jelly.
Well,
that's
the
what it was?
boys enter the apartment and they're all practicing their bad boy act.
We want pizza now!
Got there.
They then try out their
Clap.
bad boy acts on Gustavo, the Riz Master himself. He tells them he ain't buying it for a second and says it's gonna have to be Kendall since the rest of them all suck donkey teats at the whole bad boy thing. Kendall says he can't be fake. He isn't good at faking.
Besides, I'm terrible at faking.
No. Kelly!
Why did he say like that? Oh, they did the whole
on
thing in
now.
the show. Oh, she's bad at acting. Oh, that shit geek. Why did he say it like that?
Says he can't be fake. He isn't good at faking.
Besides, I'm terrible at faking.
No. Kelly is terrible at faking.
Come on now. How does Gustavo know that Kelly is terrible at faking? Let's be real. Is he clapping those cheeks? Kendall says he won't do it again. And Gustavo says, so you're going to disobey me and Griffin and the record label's wishes? Kendall says, yeah, pretty
Real
much.
bad boy.
And Gustavo says, that makes you bad.
Hey.
Oh, got him. In the next scene, Griffin shows up and the other boys try once again to do their bad boy act. And I love how, well, Logan just puts on shades. If anything, he looks like a cop, not really a bad boy. Carlos just breaks a plank of wood over his head, like some form of karate, which I associate karate with discipline, not bad boyism. And also, why does he pass out if he smashes the fucking board on his helmet? What's the point of the helmet if you can't take the slightest bit of head trauma? James just chomps on some tinfoil and calls it a grill. And that's it. Griffin says he would let his daughter date any of these boys, which is bad because it means they're good. So he calls in Wayne to be the bad boy of the group. And apparently they're good. Griffin says he would let his daughter date any of these boys, which is bad because it means they're good. So he calls in Wayne to be the bad boy of the group. And apparently he's supposed to be an Eminem parody. I guess I kind of see it. He's really just a white guy who's trying to do hip hop, and that's that. Gustavo tells them to make friends with Wayne, and the repeating word thing is kind of funny. Also, fun fact, the actor playing Wayne is the same guy who kisses Tori while he's also dating Kat in the episode of Victoria's Kat's new boyfriend. Crazy. Back at the Palmwoods, the creepy girl Molly shows up and asks if Katie can play. And Katie just ditches her ass by pretending to be stuck on the toilet. Classic move. And before you say anything, no, that is not how I got out of my junior prom date. Well, what would make you say something like that? The mom and Katie go to take out the trash when they see the groundskeeper again, who mom thinks is the axe murderer. And this time, he appears to be disposing of dead bodies. Mom freaks out again and runs off. Turns out they're just mannequins, of course.
No, I told you to store these mannequins in the basement.
Why do we have mannequins?
Putting something in the basement is a lot different than throwing it in the goddamn dumpster. This guy should be fired. That's not even close.
No.
Also, when I was a kid, I totally never noticed that Mr. Bitters is actually Craig from Malcolm in the Middle.
100%.
Meanwhile, at the pool, Wayne is flirting with all the girls. Damn, he actually had to be pretty strong to do that. What else?
Probably 20, 50. I'm gonna say best 50, you know, and then that's each shotty. Let's say they were on their real skinny or white girl era. That's 300, 350. That's actually crazy, bro.
You think you can do with those arms, eh? Huh? Bet he could bring all the groceries in one trip, eh? The guys tell him that there's only room for 4 bros in Big Time Rush, and he says, I agree. He then calls up Griffin and says, yo, Griff, we need to kick someone out of the band. But unfortunately, Wayne won't be the one kicked out because he has a contract. The boys are about to beat his ass, but he points out that this contract also entitles him a posse who backs him up. Do the boys not have a contract as well? Are they just performing this music with no contractual agreement at all? Or is he busy spying on Wayne and his posse when Quinn shows up? Camille. And she asks, when did Wally Dooley move to the Palmwoods? She explains she used to work with him on a sitcom set back in middle school where he played Towboy. And I'm kind of wondering...
Wow, bro, somebody call
if
packs.
Wayne is really meant to be a parody of Drake now, since he pretends to be a hardcore rapper when he really got his start on a sitcom, Degrassi. Started from the bottom, my ass.
Yo.
I guess I'm the one that needs the towel.
So Wayne didn't grow up on the mean streets of Detroit.
He grew up in a mansion in Dallas.
The boys
Mansion
confront
in
Wayne
Dallas.
about his past, and he tells them it doesn't matter that he's a phony because LA is full of phonies. He then tells Kendall he's gonna make sure it's his ass who gets kicked out of the band, and Kendall doesn't seem too bothered by that at all. The boys
Real
beg
one.
Gustavo for help, and Gustavo puts on his sad boy face and says, "Don't you dumbasses understand? I have no power. It's all Griffin's decision." And this
What?
moment totally killed the silly vibe for a second. Like, I'm
It
getting
looks
upset.
like
Why
it.
can't bro just chill and vibe out? He gives them all the song they have to perform within an hour and tells them all to get to work. Cut back to the Palm Woods, and Mom is not letting Katie leave
Oh,
the room
that
until
was
the
the
axe
thing.
murderer
Ultra
is
later.
caught.
I
And she
forgot. That's
says
a
in the
good
meantime,
pull.
you'll just have to play with Molly inside the apartment. Katie says, "Hell no, I ain't playing with that creepy freak." She tries to prove to her mom that it's just the maintenance man and not a crazed maniac, but Mom ain't buying it. Katie goes down to Gordy, sorry, Buddha Bob, and says, "You gotta show my
Buddha
mom you
Bob,
are a
more
normal
iconic name.
maintenance man, so please just come fix something in the apartment, but leave your axe and chainsaw behind, Cracker." And he agrees. The creepy girl
Cracker.
Molly is trying to play tag with Katie, and the episode just starts acknowledging how creepy she is finally. But I thought she was creepy all along. Back at the recording studio, Kendall enters the room with some
Hey.
sexy guy liner and smashes one of Gustavo's platinum records off the wall.
Ooh, it's a bad boy off!
Whew, I don't
Ditch the filters with Proact.
Hi, buddy. We're gonna match you. No, hold up. I get it. Just hold on, bro. Just hold on. I got something for you. Just hold on. I got some. Ash got it.
I feel something happening. Not to be outdone, Wayne starts smashing shit too while Gustavo screams in pain.
What?
Since he ends up causing more property damage than Kendall, he wins round 1. Next, they get in a little rap battle, and I like how Kendall uses his hockey boy aggression against the opposer. He ends up winning round 2. For round 3, Kendall completely destroys
Crazy.
all of Gustavo's office and takes a shit in his desk for good measure.
Never heard of that.
My office! My music awards! And he used my drawer as a bathroom!
Bad boys go with
Bad
it.
boys go where they want.
First of all,
Heard of
the
that.
desk looks to be
That's a new one.
smashed to bits. So is the shit just scattered all around the room at this point? Second, I like the cute little bad boy pose he does after announcing he used Gustavo's office as his own personal toilet. Wayne tries to compete by shitting himself right then and there. Just kidding. He actually decides to assault Griffin by kicking him in the cock and balls. A bold
Crazy.
move to go right for the gonads of the guy who signs your paycheck. Griffin promptly kicks Wayne out of the band, but Wayne points out he has a contract. Griffin says, "The contract says I have to put you in a band, not this band." After Wayne is removed from the premises, Gustavo starts to celebrate with the boys. Kelly is shocked that he could possibly be in such a good mood after his office was destroyed and his desk shat upon.
I teamed up with the hockey heads, because they do have good plans.
Gustavo reveals they were all in on it together, and when he gave them a song to practice
Crazy,
earlier,
bro.
it was really a secret note that said, "Let's get rid of Wayne." So did Gustavo want him to shit in his desk? Is it a weird fetish? Was it part of the plan? Or did Kendall go off script? Kelly is offended that she wasn't included in the plan, and Gustavo reminds her it's because she's a terrible faker and liar and actress. Back at the Palm Woods, the maintenance guy shows up to fix the cable, and Mom rocks shit
Without a
with a
second
deadly
to wait.
weapon. Straight
That's
up
a deadly
attempted
weapon, bro.
murder.
Cast
The boys
iron?
sit down to watch some
Done.
TV and see that Wayne has been assigned to a different
Why you chanting
band, a
like that?
parody of the Wiggles. And he is singing an annoyingly catchy song about bananas, which
Banana,
is honestly
banana.
a proper
Oh, that
ending for
one.
him. Suddenly, the broadcast is
What?
interrupted by breaking news about Molly, who turns out is a 20-year-old wanted criminal con artist carjacker who passes herself off as an innocent little girl to try to land acting roles. That broad literally stole the mom's rental car and is on a high-speed chase right now. That's funny as hell. Also, Buddha Bob is
crazy.
still alive, which is nice to see. Honestly,
That
I've
beard.
yet to see a single
Impact.
episode of Big Time Rush that didn't make me laugh from start to finish.
Yeah.
And this one's no exception.
Telling you. too.
All the scenes with the groundskeeper looking like he's committing a violent atrocity were pretty hilarious. And the bad boy plot with Wayne Wayne was super entertaining. I really loved how far they were willing to go to get rid of him, even if it meant enormous amounts of property damage or even shitting in an office desk, which I'm pretty sure is a biohazard. Big Time Rush actually has pretty good morals as a show, with the characters refusing to turn on each other and insisting that their friendship is more important than anything, even being a bad boy. If it was any other show, I would probably find it preachy to hear a line like, "No matter what, I will not turn my back on my friends." But here, it feels so natural, and I honestly buy it. The fact that all four of them remain good friends in real life, to this very day, makes it even better. And the sweet and heartwarming side of it never feels too overbearing when 99% of the show is super silly and crazy, like a cartoon with humans. But enough of me yapping. What did you guys think of Big Time Bad Boy? Do you remember this one from your childhood?
Yes.
Or did you block out the memory of Kendall shitting in Gustavo's desk? Let
15
me know how
years
you're
ago,
feeling in
that's
the
crazy.
comments, and let's kick it. As always, I gotta give a big time thank you to all my channel and Patreon members. I love.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta give a big time thank.
This show, crazy. Yeah, it's one of the best sitcoms ever. Top 5. The top 5 sitcom, bro. So, start to finish, A+, the B+, the C+, all the characters, bro. The guest stars, bro. Iconic writers, bro. They had made their own flow, their style. Obviously, the iconic songs and music in it, bro. The little moments inside, bro. The repeat episodes of Prank Wars, bro. The Halloween episode had the movie, bro. Really one of the best sitcoms ever, bro. It's so fire. So yeah, who was the bad boy Big Time Rush? Kendall, so hard, bro.